Hey, 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 hey. All right. What are we talking about today? We're talking about fraud of the flu season. My name is Forrest Gump. If you bought this lie, then you paid for your illness before you received it. Lord Jesus. That's like getting a ticket and paying the ticket before you have your day in court. or paying to bond out before you have your day in court. That's the same as being guilty before you've proved your innocence. Around me, people, on the other side. What do we do here? Let me tell you what we do here. We are here to serve. Our only objective is to serve you, to truly get to know you. So let me state what our true objective is: to help you feel better, look better, grow in ways you may never consider before being a part of our family. When you become a part of our family, you become a member who has a say. We look forward to your opinions. Because we're here to serve. What is family? Isn't it not taking care of those closest to you? I mean, I don't have to see you to love you. I don't have to even know you to love you, right? So if you're in my circle, okay, I got a lot of noise in the background. I think my herbalist just came on. Hold on. I
Can
hear
you hear
I
me?
hear I hear doors squeaking and squealing loud. You need to oil your doors, bro. Hey, you got some WD-40? You need it, pimp.
Okay.
Your, your door your door squeals so loud.
Can you still hear me?
My name is Forrest Gump. Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me? This is my other herbalist. He fading in and out because I don't know what he doing. Are you there?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. And who are you? Who are you?
Todd Lynham.
All right. That's the other herbalist, guys. And as I was stating, the purpose of our podcast is to serve you. And our only objective is to serve you, to truly get to know you, to help you feel better, look better, grow in ways you've never considered before being a part of this family. Now, family is family is supposed to be taking care of those close to you. I don't need to see you, know you, love you. I don't even need to be around you. If you're in my circle, communicating with me daily, then to me, you're part of my family, and that's good enough for me. Even though I know people are going to do what they want to do when they want to do it, our message is for those looking for the information that's going to make them look better, feel better, see better, have less physical ailments. Okay? So if you happen to hear this message, just know that I'm real. My other herbalist is real. And we will not lie or pull any punches. We're going to give it to you straight. So you don't have to be afraid, to take what you can use and discard the rest. All right, we're talking about the fraud of the flu season. So if you bought this lie, then to me, you paid for your illness before you received it. Okay, so that means you're going to go down there and get that shot and get connected to this illness that you otherwise would never be connected to it. Even in winter, you know, Todd, what do we mean by the fraud of the flu season?
Okay. So there is no such thing as flu season. People have forgotten that there's only four seasons: summer, spring, winter, and fall. Flu season.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. So the flu is not a season?
No.
People equate that to a season because that's what they were told.
Right. So that's a manufactured season to get people to go down and take a vaccination or a flu shot. Now,
Have we fallen that low?
yes, we have. We have. Now, if you notice that most people that take the flu shot end up catching the flu. So what's the
And
purpose
I
of
have
taking the
never
flu shot?
I've never caught the flu, but I don't get the flu shot either. So I guess that explains it. And I'm not a Trump fan.
Now you have to think about it too. Viruses actually mutate. So the flu shot that they're giving you is not for whatever the flu is that the virus that's actually getting you sick. So they're not even giving you a flu shot that's up to date with what you're actually catching. They're giving you something that probably was circulating last year. So that's why you never can get rid of the flu by taking the flu shot. This is why they don't
So,
get rid of they don't have a common cold shot because the rhinovirus, which causes the common cold, mutates so often that there's no sense in trying to immunize against it. Just like the flu,
so people being bamboozled.
being
Is that
bamboozled,
what you say?
being, being led
okay,
astray.
so you're gonna have your Doubting Thomases who's gonna be like, you don't know what you're talking about.
Do you see animals in the wild taking flu shots to prevent them from catching the flu?
Not only man is doing that. We're doing a lot of stuff that we don't think through before we do it. We buy what we're sold, what we're being sold before we even do any research because of how lazy we are. And of course, I've noticed that because I do a lot of research. And like I was doing research today, I digressed a little, but I was doing research today. Somebody sent me something and they wanted to know how organic it was. So it was, I think it was something you consume. Let me see what she said. She sent me something that she said, look this up and look at the ingredients. And it's supposed to be all natural. It's the magic of body magic, she says. And it says the ingredients was organic parsley leaves, sodium copper, chlorophyllene, organic peppermint leaf, and veggie capsules. So of course I looked up the things that I don't know, which was the sodium copper, chlorophyllene, chlorophyllene. And what I discovered was is lie. it it's this is the lie that is perpetrated just like the flu season. If you People aren't going to do the research. That's why we're here, obviously. But people aren't going to do what's necessary to know when if they're being lied to first and foremost. And then they just flock to the stories and they do what everybody say. When they say the flu season, people just flu, jump out and get the flu shot, not realizing that the shot has a version of a virus from the past year that you're trying to protect yourself from in this year.
Right.
It doesn't
So
make
you're
sense.
giving yourself the flu. So
Yes,
you're
it
giving
doesn't
yourself
make
the
sense.
flu.
Oh my god. Okay, so so how do we help people who fallen for this fifth season that doesn't exist? And they might, some people might really want to know the truth. Some people. Well, first and foremost, I want to invite anybody to be a part of our family. We're herbalists who have one desire, and that's to serve people, to give you the information that we know that you're not going to get the truth. And if you truly want the truth, subjectively, if you want the truth, objectively, if you want the truth, you got to have a source to go to. And I profess that we would like to be that source. What say ye, herbalists?
I believe that people that want the truth should never defer to anyone else. They should always start with themselves, and then if they need some direction or some assistance, they would come to maybe someone like me or you or whoever else they wanted that they listen to help them on their journey.
What if they don't know they want the truth? How do you have a person that don't know they want the truth? They just kind of listen to what they're being told and just running with it. They're just believing everything they're being told. How do you help that person? Because obviously they need help.
Well, they have to. So okay, so if they first have to know that there's an agenda to not give them the truth. So there are people. You got to understand this is big business. So there's a business. There's a financial desire of you being sick. There's a financial benefit to you being sick. So they're never going to get rid of everything because this is big business. This is why they manage diseases and not get rid of them.
Okay, now since you said that, I looked up the word disease, and tell me what's your take on this definition. It says a disease is a particular abnormal condition that is negatively effective affects that negatively affects the structure or function of all or part of an organism. And it says that is not immediately due to any external injury. So now, what did you get from that definition?
Is okay. So number one, what that definition is leaving out that most diseases are degenerative, meaning that you cause them on yourself based on your diet and lifestyle. Now, that's a pretty good that's a standard definition for disease for the medical dictionary and what's happening with your body. It's not an injury per se right away, but there's a condition that's causing you to feel less than optimal. However, at the end of the day, like I said, most diseases are being caused by you. So if you have a disease like high blood pressure, that's a disease that you cause based on your lifestyle.
And this solidifies it. It says diseases are often known to be medical conditions that are associated with specific signs and symptoms. Now, to me, that says, okay, something you've done has created a medical condition associated with a specific sign and symptom. Meaning, whatever you did, it created a symptom. And the sign of that symptom is the ailment of which you're feeling.
Correct. Correct. And the symptom that you're feeling is your body warning you that something's wrong.
Not necessarily, not necessarily leaving you hanging out to dry, but telling you, hey, whatever you just did, that's what causing. This is a sign of what's to come from what you've been doing. Stop doing what you're doing. Reverse the, pause the video and go back. Stop the things that you're doing that's causing the symptoms that you're facing. Because if you don't, you fall under the guise of a disease, which to me, if you cause it, not a disease. Is that fair to say?
Yes, that is. That's very
If
fair
you
to say.
cause if you caused it, it's not a disease. So to me, there's no such thing as disease. To me, because if you look at all the so-called diseases, they stem from diet. All of them, even cancer, even autoimmune disease, they all stem from diet. And people like to say, "Well, this is hereditary." I like your analogy, Todd. No, nothing ain't nothing in your body running. How you say it?
Oh, diseases don't have tennis shoes running up and down your family tree, tagging people like you got it next. Like what you're doing is you're inheriting the diet and lifestyle that your parents had, and you're going to get the same diseases. So if you're cooking with lots of salt or sodium, and you're going to get that same high blood pressure at some point that you saw your parents and grandparents have. That's what's going on.
OMG. So you don't have a disease. You have an eating disorder with a mineral deficiency. There, if you go get a flu shot, by all means, we're not telling you not to. We're just basically stating facts that you might need to know. For example, there is no such thing as a flu season, okay? Because there's only four. The flu can't write its own season, okay? But if you are doing anything to your body, and what I don't understand is if you're fine, and somebody tells you, "Well, go get the flu shot so you don't get the flu," that don't make no sense to me. Why would you do that?
Okay. The reason they would do that is because they're packaging the flu shot as preventative.
Aha! That's that word. That's the word to me that's got the greatest trick because prevention is better than the cure or remedy. But if you got to get a shot of something to prevent something, Where does that
Let-
fall
let-
in to make sense
Okay,
at all?
let's clarify. If you have to inject yourself with the very flu that you're trying to prevent yourself from having, how is that prevention?
Stop calling people stupid, man. Stop it, I say. So basically, if you inject yourself with something you're trying to avoid, common sense tell you you don't have it. Why would you ask somebody to give it to you to avoid it? That just don't make no damn sense. Hold on, hold on,
Now,
hold on.
let me tell you why it makes it. Let me tell you why it makes sense. Why it makes sense in the medical field, because they know how the immune system works, and so once you introduce a pathogen to your immune system, it's going to recognize it the next time it sees it. But you're actually giving yourself the flu. Now, I would say it's probably better to, instead of giving yourself the pathogen, why don't you just boost your immune system so so if it does get it, it can respond effectively to it.
But they don't have anything to do that naturally. Because remember, all they have are chemicals, so they have nothing naturally. Or I take that back. They don't offer anything naturally to boost your immune system. And why would they if it's not going to make them more money?
So my question was not towards the medical industry. It's for the audience that's doing this. People need to realize that they need to do prevention in another way. So you need to do a plant-based version of vitamin C, or you need to use a herbs like echinacea, um, what's a golden seal. These are herbs that are going to boost your immune system, so that if you do run across, like for example, I'm giving you an example. When you get on an airplane, some people are going to get sick because somebody's on that airplane with that recirculating air, and someone's going to be coughing, or someone sick on the airplane is going to get someone else sick. Why doesn't
Because they're
everybody get
breathing.
sick? Yeah, why doesn't everybody
Hmm.
on the plane get sick? The reason everybody on the plane doesn't get sick because some people's immune system is strong enough to fight off whatever they got exposed to. So that's why
So the key.
one person may get sick and another person may not, but they both got exposed to that same person who was already sick that was breathing on the airplane. So
Well, that's perfect example of that in my house. Everybody was sick but me. Now, obviously,
right.
I was breathing what they were breathing, but again, I do things that they don't do. I take herbs stuff that they don't take. So my immune system obviously was fighting a little bit harder than theirs because mine was stronger for whatever it is I'm doing naturally. So you're basically saying people need to strengthen your immune system no matter what, instead of falling for whatever someone is trying to tell you to be a part of that you don't already have. And I'm not going to name all the different things they give you shots for that you don't already have, but you believe that what they're telling you is in the best of your interest, is in your interest, best in your interest. I don't believe that to be true because if you don't have something, why would you have someone give it to you just for you to fight it off? Boy, I'll never get that one.
Now,
I'm sorry, Mr. Evans.
let me just hammer this. Let me point another thing out. Whenever you go to a Walmart or a CVC and they're giving out $10 gift cards to take the flu shot, that should be a warning sign. They're willing to pay you to take this shot, and
People,
under the banner of we're trying to create herd immunity by getting everybody to take the flu shot.
I see it as cattle, bro. It's just a way to. I see it as a way if they want to take out some people, that's how you do it. You go ahead and get rid of the first group that fall for anything you say, as opposed to using their common sense and saying, you know what, I'm going to question and challenge this. I question and challenge everything until it proves itself to be something that is or not. If you got that, you may not have got that one, but
So,
and
you know, I'm a I'm an advocate of always strengthening your immune system. Now, people do, like I said, lots of people die every year from the flu, but they're not dying from the flu. They're dying from the fact that their immune system is not strong enough to fight off whatever else is being exposed to. So the issue is not giving yourself the flu shot. That's not the solution. Because if you already have a weak immune system, you definitely don't need to be introducing yourself to a weakened or fragmented version of that flu.
And this is not to tell you what to do. This is to make you think before you do what you do. Every you're either going to have the knowledge to make the best decision, or you're not. If you don't have the knowledge, then you're obviously going to make a decision that's not in your best interest. And that, I don't care what kind of shot it is. Remember, you're being told something by someone who doesn't have an oath of office anymore. They don't have an oath anymore. So all this stuff matters to me as an individual, and I consider myself to be like the person that's listening. I have to make wise decisions because I can be affected too. I'm in society as a person as well. I'm not exempt from any of this stuff. So the things that I do, I use my head first. I listen to what's being said, but I always use my head. It didn't make sense for the flu to have a season. First and foremost, there's only four. It didn't make sense to give me something I don't already have, and I don't care what it is. You can't protect me from something that you don't understand. If it changes or migrates every year, Don, how can I be protected from that? How can giving me that protects me from that?
Right.
It changes every year. It migrate. It what do you call it? Does it
It
migrate?
mutate.
It
Mutates.
mutates every year. Now, I heard the news the other day where they said this. I don't want to say the name of this thing that we just went through. That it wasn't what they said it was. I knew that. I didn't need nobody to tell me that because I do my research. But for all the people who didn't know that and they rushed out there and they just fell for hook, line, and sinker, you know, it's more difficult to undo something than it is to prepare against it. So
That's
I like
that's
you
correct.
say, I like prevention because I know it's better than remedy or cure. And if you want to prevent yourself from getting the flu or anything else, line yourself with a family or an herbalist, because see, we come from the perspective of minerals, nutrients, and trace elements. Period. Those are the main three things that the human body uses to protect itself from any and all things, even the food you eat. You do not get the minerals, nutrients, and trace elements from the food. So where are you going to get them from? Todd, where do you get your minerals, nutrients, trace elements if you don't get them from food? Where do you get them from? I'll wait.
You're gonna get it from herbs.
Plants are the only thing on the planet that's going to give you. I didn't say vitamins and I didn't say pharmaceutical drugs. I said plants. And for those for the naysayers who go, well, aren't vitamins and pharmaceuticals, aren't they plants? They are not. They are
Now
inorganic.
before you tell them what things we offer that can help them boost their immune system on the website, I'm gonna just give people some food for thought. Are you aware that vaccine manufacturers lobbied Congress in like 1984 that they cannot be sued for any of their products? Now, a drug manufacturer can be sued, but a vaccine manufacturer cannot be sued under any circumstances. And when you take these vaccines, you sign a waiver that you're waiving your right to sue them. So if the product is safe, why do I need to sign a waiver that I can't sue you?
Again, you're asking a question that requires me to do something prior to. You're asking me to think ahead when, one, I ain't got time. I'm too busy. I got a family. I'm working three jobs. I ain't got time to think. So I'm just going to do what they say. Now go back to that question again. I don't have an
You're
answer
gonna
for you because,
you're
huh?
gonna take something that you now wait a minute. Everybody else is responsible for their products. Everybody else is responsible for their products, no matter what it is. Every other business is responsible for their product, except vaccine manufacturers. They lobbied Congress and got that passed in the 80s. Now, the problem with that is if you want to have mandatory vaccinations, then you probably need to roll back that that law that they can't be sued.
Never happened. And I could tell you why, but again, I don't want to blow another can of worms. We're just going to stick to what we believe people should do, which are minerals, nutrients, trace elements, which can only come from plants, And what do we have to offer people who want to prevention and start healing from? What do we have, Todd?
So, for example, on our website, what I would recommend people who are worried about catching the flu, I'd recommend them to do our complete body detox kit
Why? Why?
because they want to. First of all, you want to detoxify the body, so it puts it into a space where a space where the body is working optimally, so it can fight off um, viruses and germs.
So-called diseases. Okay, what else?
Second, I would say you want to probably get our antiviral formula or our immune booster formula. We also have a plant-based vitamin C. So these are things that you can do. Now, you can go get a vitamin C formula from the regular store, but that's going to be absorbic acid. That doesn't occur naturally in nature. So what you want to be taking is plants that naturally create vitamin C.
Mm.
Or
Make sure they understand that, because people don't know that plants do what they do. People don't even know that plants offer mineral. They're the only thing that offers minerals, nutrients, and trace elements to the DNA, to the human DNA. People don't know this.
okay, so let me give you an example so people can understand. If you need iron or any mineral, iron comes in two forms. It's an inorganic form and it's an organic form. When you see an inorganic form, that's like railroad tracks. Nobody in their right mind is going to be licking on railroad tracks looking for iron. People in the past you tell you got to cook your food on cast iron skillets so you can get your iron in your system. That your body can't utilize that. That's what the plant kingdom is for, because the plant kingdom is uniquely capable of converting inorganic minerals that are in the soil to an organic form that you can use by eating the plant. That is the relationship between animals and plants. So if you think that you're going to get a usable source of minerals from an inorganic source, you're sadly mistaken. And the proof of that is when you go get these super vitamins and minerals at the store in the bottles, your urine comes out yellow and smelling like the vitamin or mineral that you took because your body didn't absorb it. It just wasted it out in the urine. So all you did was create some expensive urine.
So, in other words, if it's not from a plant source, it's not organic. It's inorganic. The body
Eh,
cannot use inorganic substance. That's what you're saying.
correct. No matter how many, no
So
matter
you
how many, no matter how much you can take some iron and put it in and blend and crush it up into a powder, and so that you can actually swallow it and digest it, but your body won't be able to use that inorganic iron. You won't be able
it's
to
gonna
do it.
spit it
No matter
out.
no matter no matter if you're scooping it with a spoon or you put it in the capsule. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so now people understand that there's certain things their body can't use. They understand that they need an organic source. They understand that there's somebody here to help them.
And they also understand that there's no such thing as a flu season.
We hope they understand that part. So as far as that fifth season, there is no fifth season. But www.herbsoftheforest.com, the herbalist told you the full body detox or full body cleanse. He also told you the immune support. He told you the antiviral. What else? What
Vitamin
did I miss?
C.
Vitamin C. These are all plant based minerals, nutrients, and trace elements that you need to have in your body on a daily basis. With that being said, Todd, I don't know what else to share because there is no fifth season called flu.
Only if you want. Only if I'm gonna leave it at that. Yeah. There's no fifth season. There's no fifth
My
season
name,
that runs all year round. Let them tell it.
And there's no such disease that runs through your body with tennis shoes. Talking about tag you it. I really like that. There's no such thing. It's not hereditary. It's you doing the same thing that people before you did. So if you got something your forefathers had, stop doing what they did, and you'll stop having what they got. This is how you change your outcome. And if you want to stay young, looking young, feeling good, I'm telling you, start doing the research. You know, uh, give us a call. Challenge what we think we know. Hell, find out where we get what we know. But that start with being a part of a family that cares about your outcome. And we happens to be that family. So if you happen to hear this message, tune in. Share this with people. Be a part of this family. Let's figure out how to stay healthy and live, pain and disease free. My name is Forrest Gump with herbsoftheforest.com.
And I'm Todd Lynham, and thank you for listening.
888-619-4372. Until next time, peace.